Hello everyone. Today I want to share with you on how to limit or restrict the access for activities and resources. So to start with, let's go to our browser and then after typing the URL address correctly. So in my case, I'm using the local host just for demo purposes. So I am not using the our live server, which is the ARAL.cloud. So this is just a local server, okay, but still you will see the same functionalities and processes that you're going to do with your live account at cloud server. Okay, to start with, you go to the login menu and then you log in your account. So let's say for example in this case I'm going to use the admin account to upload resources or do the limit or restrictions for resources and also with activities. So we will begin with the resources. So I will log in first. So I successfully logged in with this account. I'll try to go to the teaching menu and then proceed to the activities. So from here I have an existing activity, the what is the home economics, and also the other one, the assignment one. So we will use this first one, the what is home economics, because as you can see from your window, from your screen, I have already uploaded here 16 sample resources. So to access the activity, and I will also assume that you already know that you already have an individual account and that you already know on how to create activities and topics, activities, and uploading the resources. So our focus for today's demo is to show you the on how to limit the access. Okay, so access activity, this is the link to access the activity, and then as you can see from here, it shows the or it displays the 16 resources. So these are just sample resources. It could be a PDF, video file, audio file, or any type of file that you can upload and share this kind of resources. Okay, so as you can see also from here, we all of these resources have access for this link. So access resource for here, and actually everything. So meaning to say, if the user logs in, they can access these resources. So it is not being restricted. So how are we going to do that? So we have here from the left menu bar the collaborators. So this is now fully functional, and if you click from here for the collaborators, so when we say collaborators, it could be they could be students or teachers or any user from this system that you are going to consider as one of the collaborators. So you click from here, collaborators, and then by the way, before you do that, let's click the back button first. From here, from this resource, different resources, let's say for example, we click on one of these resources. Ito na lang, this one on the first part, resource 16. Okay, let's access this resource, and from here, you could edit this. Okay, edit this particular or a specific resource, which is in this case we named resource 16, so it could be anything again. Okay, when we click edit from here, and then instead of this one access, instead of public, you choose the collaborators only. Okay, and don't forget to update these changes. Okay, update resource, this button, and after you click that, okay, the resource or resource 16 has been updated. So that this particular resource is only for collaborators that we're going to specify from here. Okay, let's try, or let's see first if after updating that it would become accessible only for collaborators that we're going to specify here. And before we proceed to that, or before we do this, before we add different collaborators, let's log out first this account. And let's say, for example, we will log in for a sample account of a student. Let's say I created one. Let's say sample student. That's the username. It's just a dummy account. And then the password of this is okay, and then enter. Okay, so successful login. And then from here, this student has studying menu access, and then from here we will click my courses. So it is also assumed that this particular sample student is already enrolled to this particular subject or topic. Okay, so we have here one activity and access course. From here, okay, we have this home economics literacy, that is the course. So we will proceed to the activities. As a student, he's going, or she's going to click from here, and then this particular student could see all the resources, okay, from this one access course. So that's resource 16, but again, we already specified that that's only applicable for collaborators. But by the way, maybe I have already included this one. Okay, so this particular student has an access with this. Okay, I'll just try to open another browser so that we don't need to log out from that account. And from here I will log in as admin. Okay, and then log in. Okay, and then let's go back to activities, access activity, and so we have here the resources, access resource, and let's see the collaborators here. Okay, so we have here one collaborator. Okay, back. Okay, let's try to edit this again. So collaborators only. But how come that student has an access with this access resource? Okay, view the file, download. Okay, let's log out first. Again, sample student. Okay, and then my course, access course, activities, and resources. So from here, collaborators only. Okay, and then update resource, collaborators. Okay, because it's already here. So let's try to remove this first. Let's say, for example, that account for a student. So this could be, maybe this is a teacher at the same time, also a student for one subject. Okay, let's delete this one. Okay, remove this collaborator. So only this account as collaborator of this specific resource. So we named it again as resource 16. So let's try to refresh from that account, and we will see if this particular student, see, after doing the changes and refreshing this page of this student, as you can see from here, it's no longer clickable. So restricted access from here. So this student can no longer access this specific resource. So what's the use of this? So if every student that will upload their resources or resource for submission purposes or for whatever purposes, and they will just specify their teacher as their collaborator, and then even though their classmates would see these things, but they cannot or they do not have an access for this particular resources. Okay, so they will do the same process that you're going to do as teachers. So these students, when they log in and when they access their activities and upload their files, they will also um, select the access instead of public. It should be collaborators only. So that's why when we did that from the admin side, who's the teacher of this student for this particular activity or topic or course, um, doesn't have an access for this particular resource. Okay, so again, going back to that account from here, if we add that student as one of the collaborators, or in this case as one of the students of this particular teacher, that this teacher allows that student, which is the sample student, to access this particular resource, he will just or she will just find for that name of her student or his student. Let's say again, in this case, let's say we will add the sample student, this user or that student, that account, and then role is non-editor teacher because that's a student, and then add a collaborator. So since it's already there, even if we refresh this, so we will expect that this particular student has already an access from here. So that we will expect that this person has again access with this activity. Okay, so that's all for now, and I hope you understand it well. And if you have some questions, you can just reach us or send your questions through our admin, Sir Frankie, and Director Juniel as our admin people for ARAL Online Learning Management System. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.